Yes, indeed. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. Hopefully it's good to see us as well.
Where y'all been?
Yes, hopefully well, man. Another episode of Know the Code. Let's do that one more time. Yeah, man. It's the Eepers. Alright, man. Yes, indeed, man. It's good to be back. Another episode of Know the Code, man. Me, myself, John Johnson, and over here to my left.
No danger.
Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? Took a little break, but we back. You know what I'm saying?
Returned.
Yes, indeed, we have, man. And we just want to touch on a few topics that are recently occurring like we normally do. And around this time, I think everybody knows, unfortunately, something that's been brought up a long time ago that we have to bring up again, which is the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper. Bob Kelly. This is what we're going to call it. We're going to call him Bob Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Bob Kelly is in the news again. You know, they're circulating the information about him being a predator of women that are not of his age group. Not new news. We all know that a tape came out.
We knew.
You know, previously, everybody was talking about. You know that Bob supposedly was in.
Even before the tape, Bob was known to be into nefarious dealing with youngins.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that was that a thing in the shop where they was out there, like in the community?
No, like before even that tape came out, he was supposedly married to Aaliyah.
That I did hear. That I heard a rumor. You know, I'm sure everybody heard. You know what I'm saying? That whole situation with Aaliyah. You know, Dame Dash spoke on it recently. I don't know if you saw that clip.
I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't.
You know, Bob, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, it's nothing new. You talking about Aaliyah. Everybody heard that a long time ago, right? Everybody supposedly saw the video a long time ago. So, you know, why is it now that all of a sudden the focus in the camera lens is on Bob? You know what I'm saying? At this particular moment. Now, in no way, shape, form, or fashion do I excuse any man who might participate in these activities. And I'm not too privy to what Bob has done. I didn't even personally watch the tape myself. You know, but if what they say is true, then, you know, we ain't fucking with Bob. You know what I'm saying? If what they say is true. But my thing is, we've been known about this shit. So why are we still talking about it? Why is it like, alright, they did a whole documentary on it, right? I didn't watch it personally. Did you see it? You didn't see the documentary, but everybody was talking about it. Oh yeah, this documentary, all these people, whatever. He did the documentary. Now all of a sudden he's being charged criminally. You know what I'm saying? For these activities. But it's old news. Supposedly the nigga made a video. Yeah. Went to court, ain't shit happened. Now all of a sudden 20 years later, I'm exaggerating, it ain't 20 years, but you feel me? Yeah. All of a sudden now he's in the spotlight. We got this whole Me Too movement going on, right? It's a lot of dudes that don't look like Bob who've been accused of some felonious activity with women and men, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right? And I don't know, man. You know, the pressure is kind of intense right now, man.
You think it is a possibility that this is the propaganda machine's attempt to shift the spotlight?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that that's what's going on, but if one were to sit there and look at this and look at the history of certain things, you might be inclined to think so. You know what I'm saying? Now, one other thing that leads me to think so is in the news today was that at Sundance they're allowing a film to be shown about Michael Jackson being a pedophile. with children, as far as the case that was brought against him back in the day, right? Michael Jackson been dead how long?
And the fact of that, of all three of those cases,
right?
All three of the victims have refuted the reports.
Talk about it.
As adults.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
To the point where one of the victims committed suicide behind it. Mike was his idol. He was broken up behind it.
Let him know. They said they will put up to it. They even got recordings of one of the kids' fathers saying how he wanted to set Michael up and all of this. And the guy he was talking to asked, well, how's this going to help your child? He said, I ain't concerned with that. In the conversation. Because he was trying to get something out of them, money-wise. This is all, factual information. It's a common belief in our community, though, that Michael actually did these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They talk about the settlement money that Michael paid out, right? That wasn't even him. That was his insurance company that paid the money without his consent. Because they do a cost-benefit analysis, right?
Exactly.
And they decide, hey, is it cheaper for us to settle now and go through the litigation as his insurance company? And they don't need his consent to sign off on that.
Yeah.
So they made a decision. Ain't had nothing to do with anything. The father could have still testified at the trial. He refused to. Why? This is your child. Somebody did something to your child. You keep
gonna speak on it?
Put it like this. We ain't even gonna get too deep into it, right? But check it out. If you read and you don't listen to exactly what it is that they telling you, you might find out something different than what it is that they telling you. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And to bring this up when the man is in his grave and isn't even here to defend himself is beyond ridiculous in my eyes and in my point of view and in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And the timing is just
it's the timing is apt because there's really this weird sect of society that is really pushing pedophilia like it's a regular affinity and not an affliction, not a disease or disorder. You know what I'm saying? Not something that you need to eradicate. You know what I'm saying? Something that they're trying to include. You know what I'm saying? And the propaganda machine is very, very real. They put things out to grab our attention, and we need to be cognizant of that. We need to recognize that the smoke screens, while they may be steeped in truth, and they may be riddled with questions that we do need to address, because the shit that Bob was doing, niggas need to talk about that shit. Because it's something that goes on in the community, and niggas act like it's regular.
Let me tell you, man, it goes on in the community way more than you might know about. Way more than you might know about. There's grown men walking around right now. Grown men that have been touched as children and more. That have to deal with this trauma every day. I'm not gonna lie. I watched a clip the other day of Bob's brother. I don't know whether it was older or his younger brother. He was describing how his older sister used to make him give her fellatio at 6 years old. He couldn't get through talking about it without crying. You see what I'm saying? It's shedding tears. This is a grown man. And I'm talking about grown like 50s.
Yeah.
You feel me? All this time, he was 6. Tears still running down his face. So all I'm saying is it's a serious trauma, and it's very real, and it's nothing to be made light of or to joke about. Like I see a lot of people online sharing memes of R. Kelly, P, and all this other, you know what I'm saying, crazy shit, like joking about this shit. It's nothing funny about that.
Like they joking about it so they ain't got to talk about the, you know what I'm saying, the truth in it. And like you brought up the other side of it, you know what I'm saying, the fact that Lil Bob was a victim. You know what I'm saying? So he's a victim who's victimizing. And that doesn't excuse his actions. You know what I'm saying? But it's another question that needs to be addressed.
It's an important piece of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that needs to, like you said, be talked about, man.
Yeah, like I was thinking about the fact that there's a lot of grown men in this hood running behind little girls. Like the shit's cool. And you niggas need to stop it. That shit's weird.
Talk about it, man. Talk about it, man.
Like,
it happens, man. It happens, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's something that, you know what I'm saying, it's cool for us to get on social media and cancel Bob. But y'all niggas need to cancel a few of the niggas you chill with. But y'all ain't that brave, huh?
It's personal responsibility, though. You know what I'm saying? If people are as passionate as they are, you know what I mean, behind that, this, that, and the third, you're absolutely correct. You should take that responsibility, because everybody knows somebody. Including myself. Everybody knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's that real. It's that real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a problem. And it's definitely something. Yo, listen, man. I don't know. That's the thing I was talking about also. As far as Bob is concerned, everybody has this focus on him, but these people exist in our everyday lives. They walk around amongst us every day.
Many Bobs.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing I fear amongst it all is the fact that the focus is in the wrong place. Because in your, churches, in your playgrounds, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere kids are, any environment where kids exist, this is where you find the predators. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a swimmer, I'm going to find a swimming pool. If I play ball, I'm going to find a basketball court. Predators are going to find children because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. So you have to keep your eyes open. Any place where, there's sports activities, you know what I'm saying? Summer camp, all that type of shit, man. All that. The places you would least expect to find them is where you will find them. Even in your schools where you send your kids every day. Might be your janitors, you know what I'm saying? Might be one of the
teachers, coaches, like fucking Penn State, like that shit was a racket.
They're there, and you're talking about
going down, and it was cover-ups, man.
And you're talking about at and this is a collegiate level. You feel me? Like the kids ain't even in access, and he's still finding them because he has what do you have, like a program or something? What's the dude's name you talking about? While we speaking on it,
Sandusky,
bitch ass Sandusky, sitting up there touching. Oh man, I can't even talk about it. But if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But this type of shit occurs every day, man. And the fucked up part about it is, when the sentences get handed out for crimes against children, it don't never weigh out properly. Hardly ever. I'm not going to say never, but hardly ever.
It's like I always harp on this. Like, we have to come to a point where we really decide that the things that we're asking, you know what I'm saying, our police and our government to do away with, like, there's too much bullshit that they, you know what I'm saying, they're taking care of, that we, you know what I'm saying, somehow put on their plate, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not defending the government, like, we need to take away some of their power. And handle some of this shit on our own. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we just talked about. We know these predators. We see these motherfuckers. And we should be rounding them up. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, hanging them in the town square, but
should be checking the behavior, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying? If something happens, you know what I mean, and you present and you see your man doing something that's out of line, you should just be checking the behavior. At the very minimum, however you do that, at the very minimum, even if it's, you know what I'm saying, just verbally. You know, however you gotta reach him, whatever you gotta do at that particular moment, as long as you check the behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Because when you don't check the behavior, you're condoning it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You are. You know what I mean? And speaking as someone who's been in those moments a while back and seeing certain things happen, and at certain times not speaking up, not at all, but not in the way that I feel I should have, as strongly, it does happen. You know what I'm saying? It does happen. And that's why I'm speaking. I'm speaking from personal experience and seeing this shit happen in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And seeing niggas that's like 20-something hollering at a girl that's 15, knowing she 15, telling you she 15, and you still hollering at her. You know what I'm saying?
And like you were saying, you speaking from experience. I can't say that I've been the person that held every motherfucker who was wrong about it accountable. Mm-hmm. But at this point, I understand that shit won't slide around me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I think we spoke about this before. If there wasn't really that many bullies in our high school. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of strong characters. So if when you bully somebody, you're also you're also bullying everybody who witnessed it. Because if they don't shut that shit down, you back them down too.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And that type of shit didn't really fly in our high school. You know what I'm saying? It was more likely that if you tried to bully someone was going to whoop up on you.
True indeed.
And there needs to be more of that. I don't know where we lost it, but even though it was present, it wasn't present everywhere that it needed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was going on. But it might have been, you know what I'm saying, you could probably attribute it to ignorance or naivety, being naive and not knowing that isn't normal.
Well, it's a lot of complicit behavior in society these days. There's very few lines that are drawn between things anymore. And when you do draw lines, you know, you're put into a certain box and you're called certain things. You know what I'm saying? To be complicit in things is to be guilty, right along with the other person, according to the law that we live by. You know what I'm saying, in this land. And I mean, I'll take an example for you. And a lot of people are scared to touch the subject. But when it comes to, and I see this very often, I got engaged, I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. I got engaged in a conversation on Twitter. And it happened to involve something about trans people. You know what I'm saying? I took the moment to make a joke about a certain situation, and of course, some people took it a certain way.
They didn't appreciate it.
I know they would, you know, but I just had to have my fun. A lot of people did appreciate it, but there were a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It worked out. It balanced out.
As with most things.
Exactly. But complicit behavior. If I know somebody who was physically born a man, who is telling me that they are now transitioning as a woman, I cannot be complicit towards your mental health for agreeing with you on that particular note. I can't do that for you. You know, because I'm not doing something that's a service for you. I'm seeing one thing and I'm agreeing with you that you're another. And this is just a particular example, but there's a lot of that complicit behavior in society these days, man. You know, regardless of what it is, we don't hold people accountable. We don't hold to the motto that we had back in the day of keep it real. that particular phrase got very diluted.
Yes. The definition of real has been commoditized and broken down, and there's versions and facsimiles and half.
There's only one
Nigga
real.
is lying.
There's only one real.
And you calling it real.
You know? And everybody's just agreeing whatever something looks like it is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to actually be that. It just has to appear to be that.
Because you don't want niggas to call out the bullshit y'all running, so you don't call out the next nigga's bullshit.
There you go. Complicit behavior. You know what I'm saying?
That's what y'all on?
That's what it is out here these days. You know what I'm saying? It's the ones that speak up. The ones that speak up, those are the ones that get crucified. You know what I'm saying? They lay it out on that cross, man. For doing so. You know? It's a heavy price to pay.
Indeed.
But how you want to live, man? On your feet or on your knees? You know what I'm saying? It's on you. I'm a man. I ain't trying to be on my knees. A lot of y'all niggas, see, that's the problem. A lot of y'all niggas trying to we ain't gonna go there.
No.
You know what I mean? But yeah, live on your feet, man. You know what I'm saying? Live on your feet. Whatever it might be, hug it, embrace it. It's you. We all make mistakes. We all fuck up. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay to be broke sometimes. Everybody ain't gotta have money. Every nigga out here on the radio coming to every nigga rich. Every nigga out here rapping rich. Every nigga. They can't all be broke. Every nigga rich. Every nigga got a, what they call it, the protect. Every nigga got the protect for me.
They do.
Hey nigga.
I have heard that.
You know what I'm saying? Hey nigga. I don't even know what this shit look like, but you heard it, right?
And there's so many of them, but yeah,
Look.
like I said, I haven't seen any.
Yo, listen, man. It's okay to have nothing, man. People appreciate a good story, man, especially when it's authentic. People appreciate a guy that comes from here and makes it here, man.
And they still watching Rocky.
Yeah, boy, they can see the steps in between.
Because they watch that man run up them steps.
Speaking of steps, you know what I'm saying? Yes. You know, it's okay, man. The struggle is beautiful, man. If you embrace it for what it is. Don't hate it. Just be patient, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be alright. Everything gonna be alright, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think we lost that, though. You know, we lost our humility. We lost our ability to express our emotions in times that don't reap so many benefits. You know what I'm saying? We've lost our ability to be proud in those moments, man. It used to be pride in the struggle. There's no pride in that. Now you just a bum ass nigga. Oh, you ain't got nothing, nigga. You just bum ass nigga. Nigga, you should be like niggas, like every nigga was born rich. I don't get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's alright, man. It's okay. You know. But getting off that, we did have some good news this week. You know, Centoya Brown. Everybody got a smile for that. Everybody got a smile for that. You know what I'm saying? Released from prison after 15 years. God damn, man.
It's...
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to, you know, and speaking of struggle, that's what I'm talking, that's struggle. That's struggle, man. Come on, man. 15 years in the joint. You ain't supposed to see the light of day.
And that's the type of shit we need to be on, like, cause she got railroaded. You know what I'm saying? She was done wrong. You know what I'm saying? She was preyed upon by, you know what I'm saying, a nefarious type. You know what I'm saying? A nigga like Bob.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she did something about it. You know what I'm saying? And instead of being heralded and, you know what I'm saying, carried through the town squares on her shoulders, she was thrown under the jail. You know what I'm saying? But we spoke. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? We let our voices be heard, and eventually the right motherfucker heard us. And now she free.
Man, so beautiful.
So
man.
It's like our voices do have power. You know what I'm saying? If we point them in the right direction, we can get shit done. But we just need to be bold.
Takes a pair of balls, man. A lot of brothers ain't got them these days, man. I don't know what happened. You know. And you got to stand up, man. Bottom line, man.
A lot of emotional types. A lot of.
It's okay. It's all right to be emotional. Just deal with your emotions, man.
That's
the
key. Like, you could be the most emotional motherfucker in the world, or the least emotional motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know how to deal with the emotions that do arise, you're gonna be a problem to the people around you.
Yeah, this is true, man. But we got a lot of things we got to deal with, man.
And people are everywhere. So if you can't get that right, like, where you gonna go?
Just stay in your house. You know what I'm saying? Just lock the door, sit there.
But like, you gotta even talk to people to stay in your house, because like, you need that electricity to come, you need that water bill to come. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do stuff to get money to pay for them shit. Like, you go and run into some folks, but you go into the woods and live off the land, and niggas ain't built for that.
Hey, man, I don't know, man. I'm just happy, that the sister is out. She got her freedom. I could just imagine the feeling, like the emotion she going through. You know what I'm saying? That's running through her.
Yeah.
Just it's overwhelming. I don't know if y'all saw the picture of her smiling, man, but I just couldn't help it. Like, it was just there, instant. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a beautiful feeling, man. Shout out to her, and everything she got, coming her way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure it's going to be beyond great.
It's still, you know what I'm saying? She still got a long way to go to get everything back going, but it's dope that she even gets a chance to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. So it inspires you, man. It inspires you to hear things like that. So as far as the the recent news is concerned, we've discussed Bob. We've moved on through a few things, filtering through his story. Touched on a few different subjects as far as that's concerned. And I would love to know how y'all feel about it. I'm sure there's a few people that are watching this, that have had some experience, man, with some of the things that we talked about. Feedback is always appreciated. So, yeah, man, if y'all got anything to say, please don't hesitate, man. Get at us.
If you agree, if you disagree, let us know.
Please, man. Anything you got to say is appreciated. And you're appreciated just for sitting here.
Very much so.
Yes, indeed, and being with us for the moment. We hope that you'll join us again. We'll be coming to you next time. But until then, it's Nova Cole, John